What if I told you that a vaccine, designed not by a single human scientist, but by artificial intelligence, has now been successfully tested on human beings for the very first time in history? That is not science fiction. That happened in June 2026, right here in the United Kingdom, and it could be the most significant medical development of our lifetime. Researchers at the University of Cambridge announced that their AI-designed coronavirus vaccine passed its first human trial, making it an absolute world first. For decades, vaccine development has followed a slow, painstaking process. Researchers identify a pathogen, study it for years, design a candidate, and then spend more years testing it. Cambridge's artificial intelligence compressed steps of that process in ways that were simply not possible before. The question now, as we stand on the 20th of July, 2026, is this: what exactly did the AI create, and why are scientists saying it could protect against entire families of viruses at once? Before we get into the technology, let us be clear about what this vaccine actually is. Cambridge's AI-designed vaccine is described as a universal coronavirus vaccine. Now, the word universal gets used loosely in science reporting, but here it carries a very specific meaning. Traditional coronavirus vaccines, including those rolled out during the COVID-19 pandemic, were designed to target a particular strain or a narrow set of variants. The problem is that coronaviruses mutate. They shift. And when they do, existing vaccines can lose their effectiveness. What Cambridge's team set out to build, with the assistance of artificial intelligence, was something fundamentally broader: a vaccine candidate capable of generating immune responses robust enough to hold up across multiple variants, and potentially across related families of viruses altogether. If that holds true in larger trials, it would represent a complete rethink of how we protect populations from emerging infectious diseases, moving away from reactive, strain-specific shots and towards durable, forward-looking protection. Here is where it gets genuinely remarkable. Traditionally, vaccine design is a human-led process. Scientists examine a virus's structure, identify proteins that the immune system can recognize, and design antigens, the components that trigger an immune response. It is skilled, careful work, but it is also slow, and it is constrained by the limits of human intuition and the computational power available to individual research teams. What AI brings to this process is the ability to analyze enormous biological datasets, model millions of possible antigen structures, and identify candidates that human researchers might never have considered. Cambridge's team used artificial intelligence not to assist a human designer, but to drive the design process itself. The AI evaluated the structural properties of coronavirus proteins and generated a vaccine candidate specifically optimized to produce a broad and durable immune response. The result was a design that moved from concept to human trial at a pace that traditional drug development pipelines simply could not have matched. In early June 2026, Cambridge researchers published findings from the first human trial of this AI-designed vaccine, and the results were encouraging on the two counts that matter most at this stage. The trial confirmed that the vaccine is safe in humans and capable of generating a measurable immune response, the twin requirements any candidate must satisfy before development can proceed further. Scientists reporting in Science Daily noted that the trial results were consistent with the broad-spectrum design goals researchers had set from the outset, meaning the immune response generated aligned with the vision of a universal approach. By late June, multiple independent health science outlets confirmed the trial had been completed successfully. It is important to be clear about what this means in context, though. This was a Phase 1 trial, focused primarily on safety and early efficacy signals. Larger Phase 2 and Phase 3 trials involving thousands of participants across diverse demographics will be required before any regulatory authority could consider approval for public use. One of the most striking claims surrounding this vaccine is its potential to protect against not just coronaviruses, but whole families of viruses. Let us unpack what that means in biological terms. Viruses within the same family share common structural features, particularly in the proteins displayed on their outer surface. If an AI can identify those conserved structures and design a vaccine that trains the human immune system to recognize them, then a single vaccine could offer meaningful protection against multiple related viruses, including ones that have not yet emerged in human populations. This concept, sometimes called pan-family or broad-spectrum vaccination, has been a long-standing ambition in virology. The COVID-19 pandemic showed exactly how catastrophic it can be when a novel virus emerges and the world has no pre-existing immunity. A truly universal vaccine designed to anticipate future mutations would fundamentally change our capacity to respond before the next pandemic takes hold. The implications of this development extend well beyond the laboratory. The pharmaceutical industry invests billions of pounds and years of work into bringing a single vaccine to market. The traditional timeline from target identification to regulatory approval typically spans 10 to 15 years. AI-driven design, if it proves consistently reliable, could compress the early stages of that pipeline dramatically. Cambridge's achievement signals that artificial intelligence is no longer merely a tool for analyzing existing clinical data, it is now capable of generating novel biological solutions independently. For public health agencies and governments, this raises immediate and pressing questions about how regulatory frameworks should adapt to accommodate medicines created by AI rather than human scientists. For patients, the prospect of vaccines that keep pace with rapidly mutating viruses, rather than perpetually playing catch-up, is genuinely significant. The pharmaceutical industry is watching the Cambridge trial results closely, and investment in AI-driven drug and vaccine design has been accelerating since the June 2026 findings were made public. As of today, the 20th of July, 2026, Cambridge's AI vaccine has cleared its first human trial and is moving towards expanded clinical evaluation. The immediate next steps will involve larger trials with broader and more diverse participant groups, to establish how consistent the immune response is across different ages, health conditions, and genetic backgrounds, and to build a more complete safety profile at scale. Beyond this specific vaccine, the underlying technology, AI-driven antigen design, is expected to be applied to other pathogens. Influenza, HIV, and respiratory syncytial virus are all targets where a broad-spectrum approach could have enormous public health impact. The BBC described this in June as a genuine world first, and that framing reflects a real division. There is vaccine science before artificial intelligence entered this space, and there is what becomes possible now. The scientific community will need several more years of trial data to fully evaluate this approach, but the direction of travel is unmistakable. We are living through a genuine turning point in the history of medicine. The world's first AI-designed vaccine has been tested on humans, it has produced a positive result, and the University of Cambridge is at the center of it. Whether this specific vaccine ultimately reaches widespread public use depends entirely on what the larger trials reveal over the coming years. But the principle it has established, that artificial intelligence can independently design effective biological candidates that generate real immune responses in the human body, that principle is now proven. The age of AI-driven medicine is not something approaching on the horizon. It has arrived. If you found this breakdown valuable, please do subscribe and stay with this channel, because this is a story we will be following very closely as the next trial stages unfold. Share this video with anyone who wants to understand what is genuinely changing in medical science right now.